Matchup between the 1 seed in Conference 2 and the 11-5 Norwin Knights. They'll be taking on the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. They're currently the 3rd seed in 6A. Welcome in, folks. I'm Benicio DeFalco. Welcoming you in for the Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Norwin Knights and Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Norwin took Game 1 of the series in an 11-3 final. The Norwin Knights, as mentioned, the 1st seed in 6A Conference 2, 11-5 record overall, 7-3 in the conference. They rank 29th in PA, however, while the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, they have a 13-5 overall record, 6-4 in the conference, which ranks them 3rd, and they're currently 9th in PA. As for the Blue Devils, their pitcher today will be Cole Kapler, and for the Norwin Knights, it's going to be Caden Shivelich, who's currently committed to Pitt. He ranged in the 95 range. That's his top speed, as we hear. But yes, it should be a pitching matchup today between the two Norwin Knights, who, as mentioned, at the top seed of 6A, and Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, who are in 3rd. So coming up next, you'll be here for the first pitch. You're watching the Keystone Global. You're watching a Keystone Global media production. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to the 6A Conference 2 matchup between the Norwin Knights and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. As mentioned, the Norwin Knights took Game 1 of a three-game series, an 11-3 victory. We bring you in from Clint Seymour Field, which we're typically up at Cannon McMillan covering the Big Macs. But today, we're in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania. We actually covered the two just about 2 weeks ago, and it was Mount Lebanon taking a 6-3 victory and the series win overall. And as we're here in Mount Lebanon, we just want to give a quick shout out to Compass Real Estate. They have 6,000 agents. They're top 10 in the state of Pennsylvania, 80% repeat and referral. They sold 150 homes last year for $150 million. They reached out to all of Pittsburgh. They've been doing it for 25 years. The Mount Lebanon professionals, Joe Yost and Brendan McKenzie. Yost was a lot of help in the pregame. We'll see Trevor Vistas at the plate for the Norwin Knights. He'll be doing the catching duties. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Bring the count to 0-1. Calling balls and strikes today will be Norm Scarberry. He'll be fouled off. Bring the count to 0-2. Following Vistas, it will be Tristan Terovich and Caden Sivrich. He'll be getting the start on the mound for the Norwin Knights. Be outside. Capeller getting the start on the mound for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Be also hitting in the lineup in the 5 spot. Capeller kicks and deals. Will be flied out and out of play for foul ball. Keep the count alive at 1-2. Trevor Vistas and lead off the 281 hitter. Will be hit into left field. Wetzel gets under it, and he's able to record the first out of the inning for the Blue Devils. So brings Tristan Terovich to the plate, the 343 hitter. Currently 9 RBIs on the season, 0 home runs. He'll be doing the catching duties for the Knights. Capeller kicks and deals. Be whiffed on by Terovich. Bring count even at 1. Blue Devils currently 3rd in the conference. Be hit out of play and into the woods. Here at Clint Seymour Field, to the left we have some trees. There's a softball field, a little league field trailing. This field is completely turf. Sometimes you'll see a grass infield, turf outfield, entire field being turf. Something that you don't always see in today's game, but a lot of the levels, the high school levels, collegiate levels, we see them start leaning towards turf fields. Capeller deals will be popped up into Yost. Yost will get under it, record the second out of the inning for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Two down for Capeller and the Blue Devils. So that brings Caden Sivrich up to the plate. Sivrich, as mentioned, also doing the pitching duties today. He's committed to Pitt University. Be in there for a strike for Capeller. Sivrich's top speed and talent in at 95. We're going to have to see about that today in this Blue Devils lineups. one of the best in 6A. Ball will hit the dirt, bring the count even to 1. Zero on for the Norwin Knights. It'll be outside. Hitters count for Sivrich. Capeller kicks and deals. Be outside. Bring the count to 3-1 now for Sivrich. Sivrich, the pitcher for the Knights, will be popped up. Hit right to the second baseman, Marino, or Golan, excuse me. Didn't have to move much there, so 0 hits, 0 runs for the Norwin Knights. Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. We'll see them up the bat for the first time. Graham Keene will get things started, followed by James Goulman and Ben Kramer. Today's broadcast will be brought to you by Marion Outdoorsman Association, a leader in the outdoor recreation and conservation here in southern Pennsylvania, from fishing along 10 Mile Creek to hunting, shooting sports, and community events. The MOA continues to create opportunities for people of all ages to experience the outdoors, with hundreds of acres to explore and a commitment to persevering our natural resources. It's more than just a club, it's a destination. Learn more and get involved at themarianaoutdoors.com. As mentioned, for the Blue Devils, we'll see Graham Keene, the center fielder, getting things started for them, followed by James Goulman and Ben Kramer. They'll be the first 3 we'll see. Shea Smith in the cleanup spot, and then we'll see Cole Kapler, the pitcher. So both pitchers in the lineup today, something that primarily see at the high school level. Collegiate level, you barely see it nowadays. Usually just typically, if you're pitching, typically pitching at the collegiate level. They don't want to risk any injuries. So, not something you see every day. Followed by Capeller will be Cameron Mayer, the DH, and Sam Wetzel will be in left field. Levi Isner, the catcher, and then Luke Tierney, the right fielder. As for the Norwin Knights, as mentioned, it will be Servich on the mound. He'll be thrown to Vistas. Funk on first, so from left to right it will be Funk, Taravel, Marino, McMullen, and then from left to right in the outfield will be O'Donnell, Berger, and Markovich. So here at Clint Seymour Field, it was formerly Wildcat Field before it was renamed in 2016 for Mount Lebanon native and baseball enthusiast Clint Seymour. If you ever attend the field, there's quotes all over by Seymour. Positive attitude in the area. As mentioned, complete turf field. There's batting cages, a scoreboard. There's a Little League field behind us. Bit of everything to offer here at Clint Seymour. We see the pick commit and Servich for the first time today. Be downstairs, bring count 0-1. Graham Keene, the center fielder, up to the plate for the Blue Devils. Be followed by James Goulin, the shortstop, and Ben Kramer. So coming off the 11-3 loss to Norwin, prior to that, Mount Lebanon had a 4-game winning streak. In fact, they had a sweep over the bottom-seeded Woodland Hills. They won 2 out of 3 versus Woodland Hills, 12-1 in the first matchup, and then 10-1 in the second before losing Game 3. Servich kicks and deals. He popped out and towards the trees once again. It's been a popular spot to this point for both teams. Pat McCloskey leading the charge for the Blue Devils. He's the head coach. Dennis Blair, the assistant coach. They were a lot of help in the pregame, from getting lineups to pronunciations. Appreciate all the hospitality. Be whipped on by Keene. To bring the count to full. Severin will be a walk for Graham Keene. He'll take up first base and then bring up James Golan up to the plate for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils currently 9th in the state of Pennsylvania, according to Max Preps. As mentioned, Norm Scarberry calling balls and strikes today. See James Faulkner just about second base. Swing and a miss by Golan. Bring count to 0-1. Golan, shortstop here at Mount Lebanon. Severage tried to get Keene lacking at first, couldn't do so. Didn't look like he even got there to Funk. So hit off the fence. Severin kicks and deals. See Golan take a step out, bring the count to 2-1. Severin tries to get Keene off, tries to pick him off again at first. Must respect the speed from Graham Keene. Inside once again from Severin. Similar pitch to the last one that Golan saw. Be inside. Keene will secure first. Seen Severin try to pick him off twice this inning. He fires away. It'll be fired out to left field. It'll drop down for a base hit. Keene will supply second, and Golan will take up first. It'll be the first hit of the game for the Blue Devils, and the first hit in general. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Capeller and the Blue Devils. So James Golan, the shortstop, will pick up first hit of the day. Brings up Ben Kramer to the plate for the Blue Devils. Graham Keene on second, Golan on first. Kramer, third baseman for the Blue Devils. Saw Marino start the edge in the second baseman before going back out. Still respecting that speed from Keene at second. Runners on first and second for the Blue Devils. Severin kicks and deals. Be a ground ball to hit hard to the right field. Markovic tries to get under it. He can't do so. Keene goes home. Golan getting waved on. And Kramer will pick up a triple. So back-to-back hits for the Blue Devils. Kramer brings 2 in on his triple. The ball is driven right between Marino and McMullen. just the right spot, and then O'Donnell couldn't field it cleanly in the outfield, so saw a lot of speed from Keene. There was really never a doubt that he was going to make it home with just the respect that Sivrin showed him, trying to pick him off multiple times. We knew he was speedy. The ground ball hit once again between the gap. So Chase Smith will secure first. Now we'll drive another one in. Blue Devils lead 3-0. Be 3 straight hits for the Blue Devils. Could be a motivated group from game 1, the 11-3 loss. We'll see the team come together and gather around Sivrin. Well, we got a break in the action. Today's game is brought to you by Boyer Pentic, your local experts in restorational and construction. When fire, water, or storm damage hits, Boyer Pentic is ready to respond quickly and professionally, helping homeowners and businesses recover with confidence. With decades of experience and hands-on approach, they manage the entire process from cleanup to rebuild. Visit BoyerPentic.com to see why they're trusted across Western Pennsylvania. Chase Smith, the only runner on for the Blue Devils. We saw 3 straight run in for them. He secures first. So it was Graham Keene who got things started. He was walked. He was able to run one in for Ben Kramer as he hit a triple. He brought in James Golan as well, who singled in his first at bat. And then we just saw Chase Smith pick up a hit, and now bring up Cole Kapler. Be a wild pitch. And Chase Smith will secure second. Runners in scoring position once again for the Blue Devils. 3-0 first inning. The exact start you're hoping for if you're Pat McCloskey and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Sivrich. He whiffed on by Capeller. Capeller doing the pitching duties for the Blue Devils. He just had a 1-2-3 inning himself. He fouled that one off towards Vistas. Vistas doing the catching duties today for the Norwin Knights. Since Vistas got things started in leadoff for the Norwin Knights. Be outside towards Capeller. So Smith staying steady at second. Not quite the approach we saw from Graham Keene. We see Capeller foul that one off to stay alive. Sivrin surveys second before he deals. Be a ground ball hit over to McMullen. McMullen delivers to Funk. Now pick up first out of the inning for the Norwin Knights as Chase Smith will stay steady on second. Brings up Cameron Mayer, the designated hitter for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Fouled that one off into the trees. Trees must have a magnet on it today. Just one inning of ball. We've seen 5 head over that direction to this point. As mentioned, Mayer designated hitter, his first appearance of the day. In there for a strike by Severin. Smith. Try to pick off Smith at second, as we saw a decent lead off the bag, but it was just enough to get back in time. It was pretty high for Marino, second baseman. Be a dribbler hit to Verrill. He delivers first, and that'll record the second out of the inning for the Norwin Knights. But Chase Smith will secure third for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Bring Sam Wetzel up to the plate for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, the left fielder. Hitting in the 7th spot today. Seen 7 different hitters in the first inning for the Blue Devils. Norwin, top of the conference in 6A, Conference 2. As for the standings as a whole, Norwin leads the way with the 7-3 conference record, followed by Cannon McMillan at 8-4. Mount Lebanon in the 3rd spot, 6-4, and then Hempfield area at 5-5, and then last place will be Woodland Hills, say at 0-10 conference record. Still fighting for their first. As we hit right to Severin, he'll throw it over to McMullen. No troubles there. But for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, they picked up 4 runs on 3 hits for the Blue Devils as they lead 3-0. So watching the Keystone Global Media production as we enter the top of the 2nd. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Seaside Sports, helping athletes train, improve, and compete year-round with indoor cages, experienced instructors, and programs for players of all levels. Seaside provides the tools needed to develop real results. Whether you're working on your swing or preparing for the next level, it all starts with reps, and Seaside gives you a place to get them. Visit seasidesports.com to get started. So for the Norwin Knights, it will be Derek Berger, the center fielder, followed by Zane Markovich and Josh Funk, the first baseman. See Liam O'Donnell and Ethan McMullen, Dante Marino. We see things come to that. Blue Devils, we saw 7 different hitters for them in the first inning. See if the Knights can try to replicate. Peller kicks and deals. Being there for a strike for Derek Berger. Berger, 323 and 323 on the year. A homer and 12 RBIs. He'll lead the team. foul that one off to Isner. Isner doing the catching duties for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. So Derek Berger will head to the dugout as Peller picks up his first strikeout of the day. Catches him looking. Bring up Zane Markovic up to the plate, the right fielder, in 233. One homer, 4 RBIs brought in. He popped up and hit out of play. Just behind the fences of Isner. We saw Isner take his helmet off and searching for the ball. Is out of play. Markovic, right fielder. Saw 2 balls hit to him in the first inning by the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. It's quite the inning for the Blue Devils. Just picking up 4 runs on 3 hits. Feller. Some deals. Savage, and that will be another one for Capeller. He picks up his second strikeout of the game and second in a row. Catches both looking as it brings up Josh Funk to the plate. When preparing for this game, looking at Max Preps, didn't see anything on Funk other than his name on the roster. So if we're going off that information, should be his first at-bat of the season. Beat popped up towards Isner. Isner tries to get under it. Couldn't do so cleanly, so Funk will secure first on the air. E2 for Isner. Funk take up first. First runners on for the Norwin Knights of the game. Brings up Liam O'Donnell to plate, currently hitting 160. 0 RBIs on the season. Capeller tries to get Funk lacking at first. In there, first strike once again by Capeller. Some 6A score updates from yesterday. 11-3. Norwin took the victory over Mount Lebanon, as mentioned. And then Hempfield got the win over Woodland Hills in a 10-6 victory. Camden McMillan with the 4-0 win over South Fayette. That was all the games in Conference 2 of 6A. O'Donnell, center fielder for the Norwin Knights. Be downstairs. We can count the 2-1 now from Liam O'Donnell. O'Donnell hitting that 7 spot for the Knights. Feller. A look to first before he readjusts. We saw him try to pick off Funk once earlier in the inning. Be a ground ball hit directly to Capeller. Capeller will run over and do it himself with no issues. So, quite the inning for Capeller. It's his first two batters. Struck him both out looking. He walked Josh Funk, but that brought up Liam O'Donnell up to the plate. He grounded out, hitting straight to Capeller. Capeller will do it himself and take it to first. So 0 hits, 0 runs once again for the Norwin Knights. Mount Lebanon Blue Devils currently hold the lead 4-0. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Virginia Manor Shops, located on Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. With conventional access to everyday essentials like groceries, bankings, coffee, and more, it's a perfect stop for busy days. Whether you're running errands or grabbing something quick, everything you need is right there in one location. Make your next stop Virginia Manor Shops. So in the first inning for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, Graham Keene got things started off with a walk. James Goulin secured first on a single to left field, and then Ben Kramer hit a triple, bringing both the previous batters in. Chase Smith brought a single of his own, bringing Kramer in. That's where we sat at the 4-0 lead. Cole Kapler grounded out, Cameron Mayer grounded out, and Sam Wetzel grounded out. So 3 straight ground outs, the end of the inning for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Bring up Levi Isner, hitting in the A spot for the Blue Devils. The only games today in 6A Conference 2 is Hempfield at Woodland Hills. That game was set for the same time as this one, so 4:15 should be the start time over there for Hempfield and Woodland Hills. Severin hits it over McMullen. McMullen delivers the funk, and he'll be called out. We saw a lot of hustle out of the box from Levi Isner, but just a great play by McMullen, the third baseman. McMullen was running over, looked like almost could have got his glove on it, but it took a bounce. Rifled it the first in time to Funk. It's a great play by the third baseman. Hit off to Veller. Veller delivers the first, the second out of the inning for the Norwin Knights. So that brings up Graham Keene. So we into the top of the lineup. Keene, in his first at bat, was walked. He was drove in by a Ben Kramer triple. Severin, some deals, will be downstairs. Ball. Keene, a center fielder for the Blue Devils. Be crushed out of play. Blue Devils, a lot of pop off the bat on that one. Heard it from the dugout. Just hoping could be in play. He popped up out of play. We saw Funk, the first baseman, trying to get under it, but ran out of room. So one of the benefits of Seymour Field and the location is to the left there's trees, but as you get to the right side there's street and there's sidewalk, and that's where a good majority of Mount Lebanon Blue Devils fans, whatever you want to call them, that's where they lay. It doesn't seem like a bad spot to watch some baseball. Downstairs by Severin. As mentioned, Keene, his first plate appearance was walked. He's brought in by a Ben Kramer triple. That brought the lead to 2-0. Keene will foul that one off towards the Knights' dugout. Severin kicks and deals. A walk, Graham Keene once again. So Keene has walked in his first at-bat. Brings up James Golan up to the plate, the shortstop. He singled in the first. We saw Severin try to pick off Keene at first, twice in the first inning. We saw Keene's speed on Ben Kramer's triple be in there for a strike. Severin committed to Pittsburgh University, staying local. I'll be fouled off by Golan towards Vistas. Vistas doing the catching duties for the Norwin Knights. Runners on first for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, and Keene will run over the second predeterminedly. That'll be a base hit for Golan. You see Keene advanced all the way to third, showing off that speed. He got a good lead on it, and he took off on contact. Knowing the situation, knowing that there's 2 outs, full count, it's exactly what you want to do. It's perfectly executed by James Golan. He's perfect on the day with 2 singles. Brings up Ben Kramer. Hit a triple his first at bat. Severin tries to pick off Golan at first. Funk was able to get over, but looked like he bobbled the ball a little bit, and Golan was just there in time. Downstairs from Severin. As mentioned, Kramer, first plate appearance. 2 RBI triple to start off the game. He fouled that one off behind the Mount Lebanon dugout. Kramer, third baseman for the Blue Devils. Be upstairs towards Kramer. Blue Devils with the 4-0 lead. Runners on the corner. So Keene secured third and Golan at first. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for the Norwin Knights. Caden Severin doing the pitching duties today. Ground ball hit over the Kramer. Kramer deliver over to Smith, and he'll get the out. So for the Norwin Knights, it's exactly what you wanted. Blue Devils were able to take another hit in the inning, but 0 runs that time. Saw Levi Isner get the thing started for the Blue Devils. He grounded out a 5-3 play. Luke Tierney grounded out 6 hit to the shortstop. He was able to deliver it to first in time, and then Graham Keene, who's walked in his first at-bat. Same thing happened the second. James Golan secured first on a single, but Severin was able to get out of the inning with a 5-3 ground out. And today's game is brought to you by Virginia Manor Spot, located on Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh with convenient access to everyday essentials like groceries, banking, coffee, and more. It's the perfect shop for busy days where you're running errands or grabbing something quick. Everything you need is right there in one location. Make your next stop Virginia Manor Shops. So we enter top of the third. Getting things started for the Norwin Knights, it's going to be Ethan McMullen, third baseman. 0 RBIs on the season for McMullen. First time we'll see him today. He'll be hitting in this 8th spot, followed by Marino, and then we'll be at the top of the lineup where Trevor Vistas. Peller kicks and deals. Just outside. Bring the count to 1-0. McMullen currently hitting .200 on the season, the third baseman. And there for even the strikeout, one apiece. Ground ball head over to Yost. Yost will deliver to first. Routine play from the shortstop. He made that one look easy. Bring up Dante Marino, the shortstop for the Norwin Knights. Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. A very good baseball program, but also just a great high school as well. There's a lot of people to name graduated from Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, including Mark Cuban. You may know him for his time as a Shark Tank. He was the owner of the Dallas Mavericks for a very long time before he sold the team. Sold the team just in time. They traded away Luka Doncic. Maybe he was aware of that. Kurt Angle, also graduating from Mount Lebanon University, Olympic gold medalist and pro wrestler. We'll get into some NFL guys later on. And of course, we can't forget Pirates manager Don Kelly. Pirates lost last night 4-2 to the Cardinals in a wild 9th inning, which the Pirates led 2-0 in a bullpen game. Braxton Ashcraft had some off the field issues going on. He'll get the start on the bump today for the Pirates. He took a day off. As mentioned, it was a bullpen game there. Ground ball hit over to Golan. Golan, no problems as he delivers to Smith. So Marino with the ground out. So we enter the top of the lineup. And Trevor Vistas, the catcher, sitting .281 on the season with 7 RBIs. His first appearance, fouled out into left field. He struck out over to Yost. Yost throws it over to Smith. Smith gets his glove under it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Capeller. 0 hits, 0 runs allowed. The only thing he's done today, well, the only time someone's been able to reach a base was on an error. So another 1-2-3 inning for Capeller and the Blue Devils. Blue Devils still holding the lead 4-0, scoring all 4 runs in the first. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Hellbender Marketing, helping local businesses and teams stand out, from custom apparel and promotional gear to design, printing, and branding. They deliver high Quality results with a personal touch. If you're looking to elevate your brand or outfit your team, Hellbender Marketing has you covered. Visit hellbendermarketing.com to get you started. So for the Blue Devils, it'll be Chase Smith, singled in his first appearance, followed by Cole Capeller. He's having a day on the mound to this point. He grounded out in his first appearance, followed by Cameron Mayer, the designated hitter for the Blue Devils. For the Norwin Knights, we're taking a look at their past 3 games. 7-4 victory over Penn Trafford. They've won 3 straight, 13-3 win over Connellsville, and then 11-3 win over Mount Lebanon. For the Blue Devils, prior to the Norwin Knights, they got the sweep over Woodland Hills, an 8-2 victory in Game 1, 12-1 Game 2, and then they got the series sweep in a 10-1 victory in Game 3. Sivrin remain on the mound for the Knights, showing a lot of confidence in their pitcher. He's committed to Pitt University for a reason. He allowed 4 runs in the first inning, where he's able to slow things down, and he's looked efficient in the second, and he's starting to find his rhythm now. Seven deals. Be hit over the head of Severin, but Marino gets over it, and Marino delivers the funk. Be an out for the Knights. Chase Smith singled in his first appearance. He can't do the same here. There was a little bit of hope as it hopped over the head of Severin, but Marino was to get under it. He's able to deliver it in first in time. That's how the Knights are going to be able to record their first out of the inning. Brings Cole Capeller up to the plate for the Blue Devils, the pitcher. Grounded out to third in his first appearance. Capeller, deep drive to center field, but the Berger will take 2 steps back, and he'll get under that for the second out of the inning for the Norwin Knights. Cameron Mayer, the designated hitter, grounded out to short in his first appearance. Designated hitter. I'll foul that one off towards the first base line. Looked like it had shot before it ended up turning towards the Norwin Knights dugout. Funk, the first baseman, however, did a good job of reading it. Severin delivers. McMullen gets under at third, delivers the first. Another great play by McMullen. We've seen the third baseman make some difficult plays in 3 innings to this point for the Norwin Knights. So 1-2-3 inning for Severin and the Norwin Knights. But when we come back for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, be Tristan Tavares, for the Norwin Knights will be Tristan Tavares, Caden Siverich, and Derek Berger. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Midtown Market in downtown Canonsburg, a unique space that brings together food, shopping, and entertainment. Midtown Market offers something for everyone. It's a place to gather, relax, and enjoy everything the community has to offer. Stop in and experience Midtown Market for yourself. So we read off a read. Just want to give a quick shout out once again to Compass Real Estate. 6,000 agents across the board, top 10 in the state of Pennsylvania, 80% repeat and referral. They sold over 150 homes last year for $150 million. You find them all over Pittsburgh. Been serving for 25 years. Truly Mount Lebanon professionals. Joe Yost, the head over there, he's done a lot of help in the pregame, from giving me help from the Mount Lebanon lineups to telling me the type of pitcher Severin is. He was giving a lot of praise in pregame, telling me he was committed to Pitt University, tops in at 95 miles per hour. Just a lot of respect from both teams. Ground ball hit over to Verrill. Delivers over to Smith. And the Blue Devils getting out on the first pitch, thrown by Capeller. Brings up Caden Sivrich, the pitcher. He leads the team with 13 RBIs, also 3 home runs. Just an all-around ball player for the Norwin Knights. Fowler one up top. So, just a quick reminder as we in the top of the 4th inning. Blue Devils lead 4-0 after 4. All 4 runs came in the first. Capeller is in deals. Be fouled out of play towards the woods to bring the count to 0-2. Caden Sivrich, seen 2 pitches in this at bat. He's fouled both off. But as mentioned, Severin, he's currently hitting .314 on the season. 13 RBIs, which leads the team. 3 home runs. He fouled off once again. It's Woods. Looked like for almost a split second that was going to be in play, but it took a turn and it was hit out of play. Sivrich popped out to the second baseman in his first appearance. Let's take a step back on that pitch, bring the count to 1-2. If you're Sivrich, you knew Capeller was going to try to get you guessing. He wasn't going to give you one with the count being 0-2, so he'd foul that one off. Keep the count at 1-2. Currently a 6-pitch at bat for Caden Sivrich. Capeller kicks and deal. And yes, he did. So Sivrich strikeout swinging. Capeller picks up his third strikeout of the day. Capeller cool, calm, and collected in this one. Before the game, I saw him jogging off in the outfield by himself, and I had to do a double check. I said, is it Capeller? I talked to your coach. He said all the names are pretty easy. He said they're just about what you assume. He gave me a rundown, but I wanted to check in with the man himself. It was very nice. Gave me everything I needed to know. I didn't want to bother him and ask him what we'd expect to see from him today, as he was already doing his pregame warm-ups, and we know how pitchers get before games. They're completely locked in. As mentioned, he was in the outfield jogging by himself. Derek Berger, center fielder at the plate for the Norwin Knights. He's got 12 RBIs on the season and a homer himself. Foul that one off. This Norwin Knight lineup, 5 home runs across the board today for the season total. Berger's got 1, Sivrich, Markovich. He fouled out in the play once again. The trees, common spot. There's a lot of balls back there today. I'm sure if you went in there, you'd probably find just about, say, 8 to 10 to this point. Peller kicks and deals. Fouled off towards the Norwin Knight dugout. The Knights, they're led by Craig Spizak. Knights coming into today, won 3 of their last 4, winning 3 straight with the victory over Mount Lebanon yesterday. Peller delivers, that ball will hit the dirt. But no runners on for the Knights. Berger currently hitting .323 on the year. He'll hit that one hard, and a ground ball hit to Tierney, the left fielder. He'll pick up a base hit. That'll be the Norwin Knights' first hit of the day. Brought to you by Derek Berger. He singles in the 4th. Peller to the prior to that, a no-hitter. Sometimes for pitchers, it's sometimes a better thing to get that hit out of the way, so you're eased up as you enter, the key moments of the game. You're not necessarily just trying to throw your absolute best every single time. Trying to chase that no-hitter. Depends who you are. Depends what kind of pitcher you are. Whether once it's broken up, if you get frustrated with yourself, or you kind of ease up. And you're like, well, now that that's out of the way. As we see, Derek Berger is able to secure second with the stolen base. So Berger gets the first hit of the day, and with that stolen base, he'll put runners in scoring position for the Norwin Knights. Knights, as mentioned, first in 6A, Conference 2. Peller some deals. We see Yost trying to get over there. He can't do so. Tierney grabs it. He delivers home to Isner. And Isner will get the out at home. What a relay from the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. So, for the Norwin Knights, they start off the inning with a 6-3 ground out. Caden Sivrich struck out swinging. Derek Berger was able to pick up a single in the first hit of the game for the Norwin Knights, as it didn't matter for Zane Markovich. Was able to pick up a hit, a second hit for the Norwin Knights. But on the hit, we saw Derek Berger trying to show off the speed, trying to chase home. And the left fielder, Wetzel, was able to deliver a perfect ball to Isner. Just a phenomenal relay by the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, and that's how they're going to get out of the inning. So 0 runs on 2 hits for the Norwin Knights. And for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, we'll see Cameron Mayer, Sam Wetzel, and Levi Isner. As we enter the bottom of the 4th, today's broadcast is brought to you by MP Coney Island, a local favorite serving up classic American comfort food. Known for their signature chili dogs and simple, great-tasting menu, they've built a reputation that keeps people coming back. Located in Cannonsburg, it's a perfect stop for a quick bite or a casual meal, stop in today because it's all about the chili. Excuse me, it will not be the designated hitter. It will be Sam Wetzel starting things off, the left fielder, followed by Levi Isner and Luke Tierney. Severin will remain on the mound for the Knights. As mentioned, 4 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. He's only allowed 1 hit since then, 0 runs. But that will be one from Wetzel. Sam Wetzel picks up his first hit of the game. Wetzel prior to this AB hit a ground out straight to Severin, but he'll pick up a single this time. Sam Wetzel with a single to left. Severin kicks and deals. See Isner take a step back. The catcher, we just saw a great relay from him and Wetzel. Severin kicks and deals. We see Wetzel's running over to the second. And he'll get under it in time. So runners in scoring position for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. So initially called an out, but the other official who was in front of second base saw it differently. So for both teams, they picked up a hit and then stolen a base right after. Blue Devils taking a little bit of the Norwin Knights recipe that they delivered in the inning prior. So Levi Isner secure first on a walk. Runners on first and second for the Blue Devils. Just mention the other games that are going on in 6A Conference 2. It's Hempfield at Woodland Hills. Game is tallied for the same start as this one. Gonna have to wait for afterwards for any score updates. Very rare occasions where you see live stats provided at the high school level. A little bit interesting fact for this 3-game series. So Game 1 and 2 will be played back-to-back, but tomorrow they'll have a day off, and Game 3 will be at Norwin at 4 o'clock on Thursday. As for Tierney, he's shown bunt twice. See V-Stas deliver over to Marino, and they'll pick off Sam Wetzel at second. So that'll be the first out of the inning for the Norwin Knights. Saw the arm strain from V-Stas that time. Swing and miss from Tierney. See whiffs on that one. Tierney in his first at bat grounded out to short. See Isner running over to second. He'll pick up the stolen base. Vistas showing off the arm strength once more. Four to nothing, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils lead over the Norwin Knights. All 4 runs coming in the first. That one will be in there for a strike. Look to hit just right upstairs, right at the corner. A lot of pitchers prefer that right corner. It's a hard spot to hit for hitters. You can argue the top or bottom on whatever side the hitter is one of the hardest spots to get contact of. So Isner secures second on a stolen base. Tierney, the right fielder, still at the plate for the Blue Devils. Saw Severin turn around and try to pick off Isner. Second, he can't do so. Blue Devils, though. Sam Wetzel and Isner, back-to-back stolen bases before Wetzel got picked off at second. Saw them try to replicate the previous out by Levi Isner at second. He got on by a walk. So that one will be a line drive into center field. Isner's being waved home. He'll be in there in time. So the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils take the 5-0 lead over the Norwin Knights. Brought in by Luke Tierney. Pick up the RBI single. Would have been a 2 RBI single if Wetzel wasn't picked off at second. So Isner will pick up a run, and Isner will pick up a run, and Tierney will pick up the RBI. So we're now back at the top of the lineup for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, and Graham Keene, center fielder. Severin knows this Blue Devils, once they get on base, they can be dangerous. We've seen them have an aggressive base running approach to this point. Keene was walked his first 2 appearances. We're on first is Tierney, the right fielder. Severin delivers. He'll be outside. Keene, back-to-back walks, his first 2 appearances. Be downstairs, ball. Keene at the plate for the Blue Devils. Tierney on first. See Severin tried to catch Tierney lacking once again at first. I believe that's the third time he's tried this inning. We know Graham Keene's got some speed, so if you're Severin, you're not going to be looking to walk him once again. That one will be whiffed on by Keene. Severin kicks and deals. Keene whiffs on that one downstairs. And that will be the inning as Severin picks up his first strikeout of the day as he strikes out Graham Keene swinging. As we enter the top of the fifth, for the Norwin Knights, it will be Josh Funk, Liam O'Donnell, and Ethan McCudden. Today's game is brought to you by Major Mallard's Duck Pin Pulling, located inside Midtown Market in Canonsburg. A fun and unique twist of traditional bowling, duck pin is perfect for all ages and skill levels. Whether you're planning a night out or just looking for something different, Major Mallards delivers a great experience. Book your lane today at majormallards.com.
Got a score on this one? 4-0. 4-0 Mount Lebanon? Yep. Oh.
Correction, I had it wrong on my scorecard. I'm not sure why I had Chase Smith being brought in, but Blue Devils have the 4-0 lead. Let's make sure top of the fifth. It's usually not something I run into, but the scoreboard, with it being so bright and the old-fashioned scoreboard, it's turned off today for the Blue Devils. Be fouled off and fly ball off to Wetzel. He tries to track under it, but be hit out of the play. For a second, it looked like Wetzel showed off great speed and looked like he was going to get under it, but it's going to hit over the sidewalk. We see some kids going over, and I'm pretty sure once you get a ball in the collegiate level and high school level, it's usually to return. Balls are expensive nowadays, being about, say, $2 to $4 a pop. Not something you'd see back in the day. Used to be able to get a bucket of balls for rather cheap. But it's a different day and age. Josh Funk, the first baseman, he was able to reach on his first AB on an error. Top five, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils have the 4-0 lead over the Norwin Knights. Peller, some deals. Funk in his first AB was able to reach on an error. This is his second appearance of the day. Capeller, he hasn't allowed the Knights to really get in a groove and work their way through the lineup. It's multiple 1, 2, 3 innings. Peller, some deals. Hit over to second base. Yost gets over there and he delivers the first. Be the first out of the inning. That one looked like it was off second base bag before Yost delivered to first. First, it looked like Yost was going to run over and get under it for the pop out, but he'll let it take a bounce and deliver it to first. Liam O'Donnell up to the plate for the Norwin Knights, the center fielder. Sitting 160 on the year. 0 RBIs. O'Donnell, as mentioned, 0 RBIs on the season. Capeller will hit O'Donnell, and he'll secure first. For Capeller, it's only his first walk of the day. He'll be brought on by hit by pitch. So for the Knights, it's a total. They've only been able to reach base 4 times today. Isner thought about testing his arm over to Smith for a second, where he hesitated. Teams will bring in for a mound visit. So while we got a break from the action, today's broadcast will be sponsored by Broccoli Salsa, fresh, local, and full of flavor. Find them near you or online at broccolisalsas.com. Runner on first for the Norwin Knights. Being in there for a strike by Capeller. First throw since the visit. Being there for a strike. Capeller kicks and deals. Hit over to third baseman and Kramer. Kramer, no issues getting under that one. By to Kramer. Be 2 down in the inning for Krapler and the Blue Devils. Capeller. Capeller kicks and deals. Just outside. Capeller, since the visit, has been able to slow things down. Dante Marino at the plate. 143 on the season. Bring the count to 1-2. Marino, the shortstop by the Norwin Knights. Haven't seen much out of him to this point. As Blue Devils have stayed active. LB line drive hit up the center field. See runners on first and second for the Norwin Knights. O'Donnell secures second, and Marino at first as he picks up a single. Runners in scores position for the second time today for the Norwin Knights. So now we're back at the top of the lineup with Trevor Vistas, the catcher. He's hitting .281 with 7 RBIs on the season. He's got a good chance to bring one in here. However, there is 2 outs. So for Vistas, just hoping for a base hit here. Try to keep this one alive and maybe potentially bring one in. Vistas is 0 for 2 on the day. But this .281 average, it's not a bad bat for the Norwin Knights. Like I said, 7 RBIs on the year. In today's lineup, that would rank him 4th. And in that leadoff spot, so got to assume he's got some speed to him. So with O'Donnell on second, Marino the shortstop at first, Vistas at the plate. Knights are going to try to fight back from a 4-0 deficit. But as mentioned, 2 outs. Top of 5. The way Capeller's pitched, you know it's not going to come easy. Hit over on a ground ball over to Yost. Yost fires it over to the first baseman and Smith, and that will be the inning. So, for the Norwin Knights, things started with a ground out to second for Liam O'Donnell. Was walked at first. He advanced to second on a Dante Marino single, but the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils were able to get out of the inning with a ground out to second. For the Blue Devils, it'll be James Golan, the shortstop, get things started, followed by Ben Kramer and Chase Smith. Today's broadcast is brought to you by All-Star Sports Bar and Grill in Canonsburg. You go to a destination for great food, cold drinks, and wall-to-wall sports with a full menu, plenty of TVs, and a true game day atmosphere. All-Star is the perfect place to catch the action with friends and family. They also offer catering, private parties, and reservations, making it a great spot for any occasion. Stop in today or check them out online at allstarsportsbargrill.com. As mentioned, as we enter the bottom of the 5th, James Golan will get things started for the Blue Devils, followed by Ben Kramer and Chase Smith. Golan was a big part of that 3-run first inning. He picked up a single and scored on a Kramer triple, and then Kramer was brought in by Chase Smith. Golan is perfect on the day, 2 for 2, 2 singles. Severin kicks and deals. Be downstairs. Yeah, Severin, to this point, he's allowed just 4 hits, 4 runs. Sorry, 5 hits on 5 hits on 4 runs. Be whiffed on by Golan to bring the count even at 1. Golan, the shortstop. Quick correction, be 4 runs on 6 hits, as Wetzel and Tierney both singled in the fourth to bring it at 6. Golan staying alive, bring count to 1 and 2. Severin delivers that ball, hit the dirt, and even the count at 2 apiece. Kramer will be following Golan, the third baseman. Big triple in the first. That one be fouled off. Stay alive and keep the count even at 2 apiece. See James Golan chasing that one. He'll head over the dugout. He'll strike out swinging. That will ruin his perfect days. Previously, he was 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Brings up Ben Kramer, the third baseman. Tripled in his first at-bat before he grounded out the third. McMullen, the third baseman, has made some phenomenal plays today at his spot at third. Hasn't been great at the plate, but a great defensive player in McMullen. Not a lot gets past him. In fact, McMullen's been able to get 3 different Mount Lebanon players out, ruining any hope of them reaching base. And each play's been difficult from McMullen. He's taken a hard drop before anything was going the Blue Devils' way. Whipped on once again by Kramer. No runners on for the Blue Devils. Ground ball hit over to Marino. Marino delivers the funk. No trouble on that one. 2 up, 2 down for the Norwin Knights and Severin. Smith at the plate. Singled in his first appearance before he grounded out to short. He was a part of the 3-run first inning. So foul that one off. Severin 2 strikeouts on the day. Allowing 6 hits, 4 runs. But in the bottom of the 5th, he struck out Golan, the first batter he saw, and saw a ground out the second by Kramer. If you're the Norwin Knights, you got to be impressed by Severin, allowing 3 runs in the first, and he settled down to that point. He's allowing 3 more hits. But that time will be a 4th hit since that first inning, and Chase Smith singles to left. Smith's second single of the day. He's 2 for 3. Brings Cole Capeller up to the plate, doing the pitching duties for the Blue Devils. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Severin. tries to pick off Smith at first. This Blue Devils lineup's got a lot of speed. Saw Severin show some respect throughout this one. And there's Smith heading over to second. He's going to be picked off by Vistas. Vistas showing off the arm from his catcher's position, and that's going to be the inning. So for the Blue Devils, 0 runs on 1 hit. So they still secure the 4-0 lead. As we enter the top of the 6th, for the Norwin Knights, it's going to be Tristan Tavares, Caden Severich, and Derek Berger. Today's game is brought to you by Life in Motion Chiropractor Center in Canonsburg, focused on helping patients move better, feel better, and live healthier lives. Their team offers chiropractor care, lifestyle guidance, and advanced therapies tailored to each individual. From back and neck pain to overall wellness and performance, they take a whole-body approach to keeping you at your best. Schedule your visit today at lifeinmotionchirocenter.com. So Tyler Jenkins now on the mound for the Blue Devils. Says Capeller went through 5, allowing just 6 hits, 0 runs from Capeller. His day comes to an end. And we'll see Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins, the first batter we'll see is Tristan Tavares, the .343 hitter with 9 RBIs. First pitch we'll see from Jenkins today, being their first strike. Tristan Tavares, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Pop up to second before he grounded out the second at the top of the 4th. As we're in the top of the 6th, Mount Lebanon still holding the 4-0 lead over the Norwin Knights. The Knights did take game 1 of the 3-game series in an 11-3 victory. Game 3 will be played on Thursday, as this broadcast is on Tuesday, giving both teams 1 day to rest. We assume neither teams will have practice that day, just allowing both to get some much needed rest, and this is a big series overall. If Mount Levo were to win the next 2, they'd secure conference 2. See Kramer deliver to Smith, no problem. We've seen some phenomenal plays by both third basemen today. No struggle on that one from Kramer. So first batter Jenkins sees, it'll be a 5-3 ground out. Curious to see if we'll see Jenkins hit as well. So that'll be hit directly into Keene. Keene will take 1 step back and get under it for the second out of the inning. Brings up Derek Berger to the plate, the center fielder. 12 RBIs, which is second in today's lineup. He's got a homer on the season. So Knights, they're looking for some fight here at the bottom of the 6th, or top of the 6th. Jenkins. First time we're seeing him today. Haven't seen him in any action at this point. Hit directly to Jenkins. Jenkins delivers the first. Smith got his glove on it, but he hopped off the base, and Berger was able to get there in time. Sam Markovich, the right fielder. See him at the plate. He's got 4 RBIs on the season and a homer. So with Berger on first, Jenkins' perfect inning can be no more. Clint Seymour Field, a complete turf field, which, talking to some players throughout my days, we see Golan make a diving play from second. No trouble on that one. He made that one look easy. So, in the inning, Tristan Tavares got things started for the Knights, grounding out the third for Sivrich. Flew out the center field. Derek Berger was able to reach first from an error from Jenkins, but Jenkins was able to make up for it and get out of the inning. 0 hits, 0 runs once again. Once again for the Knights. Blue Devils still holding the 4-0 lead as we enter bottom 6. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mariana Outdoorsman Association, a leader in outdoor recreation and conservation here in southern Pennsylvania. From fishing along 10 Mile Creek to hunting, shooting sports, and community events, the MOA continues to create opportunities for people of all ages to experience the outdoors. With hundreds of acres to explore and a commitment to preserving our natural resources, it's more than just a club, it's a destination. Learn more and get involved at marianaoutdoors.com. See Aiden Beveridge on the mound for the first time today. Both pitchers made it through 5. As Beveridge kicks and deals, be whiffed on by Jenkins now. See Jenkins take Capeller's spot. Looks like actually it is Capeller out there. It's Capeller. Fly ball out to center field. Berger, no problem on that one. He'll record the first out inning for the Norwin Knights. Brings up Cameron Mayer, the designated hitter. Or sorry, that was Cameron Mayer, designated hitter. Brings up Sam Wetzel, the left fielder.
strike first ball he sees will be in their first strike. Kicks and deals will be fouled off towards Woods. Like I mentioned, a popular pace over there. Probably find 15 balls down there for majority of this game. Started off in the first inning. It's like there's been a magnet along that side as this game's gone on. So Woods will now pick up another one. If you were able to go into the Woods for today's game, you get a decent bit of balls to be able to work with. Might be something I might have to consider afterwards. The line drive hit directly to Marino. See no problems on that one. Brings up Sam Wetzel, the left fielder to this point by Wetzel. Grounded out to third in his first appearance before he's walked. Pop fly out to left field. O'Donnell gets under it, and that will be the inning. So 0 hits, 0 runs, 1-2-3 inning from Beveridge as he comes in to relieve Silverin. He's going to do his job, but the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils still have the 4-0 lead over the Norwin Knights. For the Norwin Knights as we enter the top of the 7th. It will be Josh Funk, Liam O'Donnell, and Ethan McMullen. Today's game is brought to you by Boyer Pentic, your local experts in restoration and construction. When fire, water, or storm damage hits, Boyer Pentic is ready to respond quickly and professionally, helping homeowners and business recover with confidence. With decades of experience and hands-on approach, they manage the entire process from cleanup to rebuild. Visit BoyerPentic.com to see why they're trusted across Western Pennsylvania. So as we enter the top of the 7th inning, I wanted to mention one of the best moments of the weekend in the NFL draft. Eli Heidenreich was drafted in the 7th round out of Navy, graduate of Mount Lebanon High School. He'll be playing for his hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, the very next day, signed his former teammate at Navy in Mount Lebanon, and Alex Tecca, making it them playing on the same teams their entire lives. So we're talking elementary school, middle school, play together in high school. They go all conference to take their talents over to Navy, and now they'll be playing with each other for their hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, Heidenreich even won the Whitfield Championship in football. They also won it in baseball that year with a 2-1 win over Upper St. Clair. And tying the two together in that championship game for football, where Heidenreich and Tetska took their talents, they actually played at Norwin's Field. Jenkins kicks and delivers. Fly ball hit over the head of Wetzel. See Funk turning 3. He's going to run over there, get over in just enough time. So got over the head of Wetzel, and Funk took advantage, picking up a triple. The 7th hit of the day for the Norwin Knights. Brings up Liam O'Donnell, the center fielder. He's hit 160 on the season. He's 0 for 2 to this point. But with the Knights trailing by 4 and runners in scoring position, they're going to be looking to, and he'll do exactly that as he singles in the left field. Funk will score home, and the Knights are on the board. 4-1. Mount Lebanon Blue Devils hold the lead over the Norwin Knights. Knights pick up 8th hit of the day. We saw Capeller get the start for the Blue Devils. He made it through 5 before Jenkins came in relief. Jenkins wasn't doing too bad prior to the triple. And then saw Funk score, and then on O'Donnell single. So Ethan McMullen. McMullen 0 for 2 on the day. But with the runner on first, definitely be trying to advance him to second to get him in scores position. And yes, he did for the strike. So McMullen, he's going to try to fight from behind, not only in the count, but also the score in this one. McMullen with the line drive out to left field. Wetzel will get under it, and you saw O'Donnell get a reasonable gap, thinking that he'd be able to advance to second, and he can't do so in time. So O'Donnell will remain. Dante Marino up to the plate. 1 out, runners on first. Mount Lebanon with the 4-1 lead over Norwin. O'Donnell at first. He's able to bring in Josh Funk to start the inning. See ground ball hit over to the third baseman, Kramer. Kramer with no trouble. He'll get the out at first, but O'Donnell will advance to second, so runners in scoring position for the Norwin Knights. There's 5-3. Play there by the Blue Devils. So we get to the top of the lineup, and Trevor Vistas. They'll come together. So we have a break in the action. Today's game will be sponsored by Seaside Sports. Train year-round and take your game to the next level at seasidesports.com. So the team gathers around Jenkins, tells him with 2 outs, let's try to get out of this one. You allowed 1 run. You still got a 3-run leverage. You got 2 straight outs. Might as well try to send the Norwin Knights home, try to even up the series at 1, and then try to take game 3. But Trevor Vistas, you know, he's going to want to try to make things interesting. So for 3 on the day, getting 281, 7 RBIs on the season. He's going to be trying to bring in an 8th, trying to bring in O'Donnell. Jenkins kicks and deals. Hit over short, should be a routine play, and it will. So that will do it for this one. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils pick up the 4-1 victory. Took middle of 7. We're not going to see them at bats as they'll escape this one, and even the series at 1 apiece. So the Norwin Knights advance to 11-6 overall record, a 7-4 conference record. As for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, they'll now be 14-5 with a 7-4 conference record. Both teams will play on Thursday for a chance to win the series. They'll have a day off each. As for the Blue Devils, Capeller will pick up the win on the mound, and Severin will have the loss. Both pitchers made it through 5 where they relieved the last 2. We weren't going to have to see Beveridge and the Knights due to the lead that Mount Lebanon built in the first inning, and they never really looked past. So that will do it for this one at Keystone Global Media and Seymour Field in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania. It's a great day for baseball, great weather as a whole. I was Benicio DeFalco. We have Chris doing the production, Matt doing a little bit of everything today. And as always, thank you all so much for listening. Your final today, Mount Lebanon 4, Norwin Knights 1. Have a great night.